Another project falls to the ground. These projects are just falling left, right, and center. And Drip Network and the Animal Farm are still surviving in a bear market. Now, today we're going to be talking about 3 different projects. One of them I don't have that much information on, but the other 2 I'm going to show you their graphs and we're going to see exactly what has been going on because, it's not looking as bullish as a lot of people have thought they were. And, I'm not going to name names, but people have been having AMAs with some of these projects and have been very confident in these projects, but really, it's not looking too good. So guys, if you're new here, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below with your wallet address, and let's get started with today's video. Now, before we even get started, I just want to congratulate everybody from Argentina for winning the World Cup. I mean, it was one hell of a game, and you guys deserve every single bit of that win. An outstanding World Cup final. Alright, so let's start by talking about momentum. This project has been shilled to me for maybe the past 2-3 weeks by some of my friends, crypto buddies, and some of the people that follow me, right? So this is supposed to be a reflection token that essentially you keep in your wallet, and they have their unique stabilizing technology, which I'm guessing is kind of a trading that's going on to make sure that the price is always going up to the right, and it's paying people in BUSD. And for me, the first time I heard about this, I knew right away this was not going to be sustainable, which is why when I first heard about it in the end of November, I told my buddy I'm going to wait for another month. The activity does not look legit, right? So ever since it started, it was like the end of October, it was just going to the right. And I'm like, something is sketchy here.
So I just got done my AMA with the guys from Momentum, and I'm super highly impressed by them. I'm not kidding. Like, I got really good vibes on camera and off camera. You're about to see this interview. You're going to get alpha. You're going to hear about what they're launching next week, so you're going to want to tune in because, as you know, the game in DeFi is get in early. And I'm just saying they're going to drop some amazing news. A little bit, 3/4 of the way interview. I'm going to make you watch the whole interview to get it, but I just know I'm going in. I've already been in this project for over a week. I reached out to them because I was already in the project. So they wanted to do an AMA. It is a sponsored video. Do your own research. I might be biased because I already have a bag inside this project. So you have to figure it out. All I'm looking for is who are the developers? What have they done in the past? Are they competent? Are they thinking long term, or is this just a bank run for them? And everything I got on camera and off camera is these guys are playing the long game. In fact, John, one of the co-founders, is actually moving to a totally different country because they're going to set up these Bitcoin mining rigs, and that's going to become a real world asset. They talk to guys like Sam from Hydro Whales. Like, these are real legit guys and developers in the space. And so I've already been in this project for over a week. The price has done nothing since launch but go up and to the right.
And it reminded me of something that not a lot of people know about, actually. Now, some of you guys might remember this and some of you guys might not remember. Ring Financial was one of these projects that I was in back in December or January of 2022. It was one of the worst investments that I ever did. And the reason for that is because I was mind blown by the APY. It was 2,600 APY. So essentially, you buy 10 tokens and then you get back 0.5 token a day. Right, so it was like you get back your money within like 20 days or something. It was some crazy stuff like that, right? The thing is, the way that I remember getting in is because the price was going up and up and up, and at some point it reached like $400, and then out of the blue it just dropped to 250. Right? Dropped to 250. I'm like, oh, this is exactly what I've been looking for. A dip. Let me buy the dip while I can, right? Dropped to 250. I bought myself 10 coins. And then, the whole project collapsed because they couldn't sustain it. It was a huge scam, right? Now, I'm not saying momentum is a huge scam, but what I'm saying is I remember this kind of dip. And for me, it didn't look kosher, so I just didn't want to invest. And I don't know how they're going to be able to actually come back from this. This is a very, very big loss. And what I'm hearing is it has to do with their liquidity. When investors see this kind of dip, it's not called a dip. It's just called some kind of failure in the contract or exploit in the contract. I don't know what it is, but they're still working on understanding what might have caused this. I'm not going to make any assumptions here, but if I were you guys, I wouldn't invest in this. And I don't know exactly how you're able to, but try to get as much profits back as possible because this does not look good at all. All right. Now, the other project I want to talk to you guys about is OPT3. Now, OPT3 is like a bot that trades against its own currency to make sure that it gets this kind of graph, right? It gets this kind of sustainable tokenomics. But then once you see this happen, then you're screwed, right? And this is exactly what's happening. This is really, really bad. Now, a lot of people might ask me what exactly differentiates this from drip, right? Now, drip, if we look at it, the graph looks completely different. Despite it being down for so long, it's going down in a gradual sense, right? It's going down not in a huge dip. It's going down because, first of all, we had delays with the animal farm. A lot of the focus was on the animal farm way back instead of having focus on drip. A lot of people that had a lot of funds in drip took their funds and brought it back into the animal farm to stake or whatever they wanted to do at that point. And right now, because there's less investors coming in the platform, there's less people actually trading their 1% on the platform. So there's less taxes being paid out to the contract. So this causes this kind of downturn. It's not a huge dip, like a humongous dip like we saw earlier. It's a gradual decline like you would see at any other, altcoin. Despite it being 90% down or like 95% down, whatever it is, once the focus is going to shift back into drip. And in fact, we do have a drip AMA this week, and I can't wait to see that. Once the focus shifts back, we get layer 2, we get a new UI, we get Scratchy out so that we can infuse so many more BNBs into the system. There's so many different ways that we're feeding the tax contract, all right? So yes, we are minting, but it doesn't mean that the project is dead. The project has been sustained since April of 2021. It's the longest lasting project in DeFi right now, and it's still paying out the investors 1% a day. It's still paying out. It's not paying you anything. The token price went down. It's still paying you out. It's still working exactly as it's intended. The contract is working exactly as it's intended. Now, none of what I'm telling you today is financial advice, obviously, but I'm just stating the facts that momentum is not looking normal, like it's looking sketchy. And OPT3, I don't even have it open. OPT3 neither is not looking good. This was supposed to be a bot that trades its own currency to make sure that it stays consistent, right? But what happened here? Why didn't it trade this so it goes back up? Why isn't it trading over here? Something doesn't seem kosher, right? And then on the other side, you have the Drip Network still paying everybody the 1% per day. I'm still getting my 1%. And you have the Animal Farm, which is actually paying out very good rewards. And let's look at it right now. And now you have the Animal Farm, which in a bear market has 138 million total value locked in its ecosystem, which is unbelievable. We started at 98 million, and now we're at 138 million a month and a half later. So this project is not going anywhere. I have full confidence in the project, the developers, the ecosystem. So hopefully you guys took away something from this video. These don't look good. This looks normal. It looks like any other chart in any other blue chip or altcoin or whatever the case might be, right? If you look at, let's look at Bitcoin. Just for fun, let's look at Bitcoin. This is exactly what we're seeing, right? Isn't it not? Look, this is Bitcoin. What's going on with Bitcoin? Why isn't it rugging everybody? Right? Let's look at Ethereum. Let's look at Ethereum, bro. Look at the Ethereum. Look at this. It looks like any other project. This is completely normal. And despite all of that, Drip is still paying people 1% a day. Bitcoin is not paying me anything. Ethereum is not paying me anything. Actually, scratch that. I actually have Bitcoin, Ethereum here paying me in dogs. If you guys want, if you guys have any Bitcoin, Ethereum, look at this. I make money on a weekly basis, on a daily basis, on a minute per minute basis on the Animal Farm by holding my blue chips or my altcoins that would not have earned me anything anywhere else, right? So you guys have to just be careful where you invest your money in. Again, I'm not going to name names, but a lot of people have been having AMAs.
So I just got done my AMA with the guys from Momentum
saying that they believe in them and they think these projects are going to be there for a long time. Even though they're gamble plays, they're not safe projects. And despite all of that, buying Drip at these prices is unbelievable. And because we've had some FUD, the price of BNB went back down. That's exactly why we've been seeing Drip go back down in price. And right now, where is it sitting? Sitting at 90 cents. Drip went down in price because Drip is highly influenced by the LP pair with BNB on the DEX here. And the Animal Farm dogs and pigs as well. It's at $95 pigs. and $45 dogs because they're also BNB pairs. Right, guys? So anyways, I hope this helped you understand a little bit about the tokenomics of these projects versus other projects. Like, they might look similar, they're not similar at all. So you just have to do your due diligence before investing in any of these projects. And that's why, guys, like for me, I started my journey being a crypto YouTuber. That's why I started talking about other projects. But then eventually I just stopped and I'm like, you know what? Like, all these other projects are not really doing it for me. So I'm just going to stop right there. Let's look at Elephant actually before we head out today, because Elephant has a similar situation happen to it. See, Elephant 2. It went all the way up. Look at this. It just looks abnormal. It just looks abnormal. And then boom, exploit, boom, and went back down. Boom. It went back down, right? So for me, it doesn't look as bullish as Drip at all. Nothing is like Drip. Nothing. There's nothing that is like Drip. There's nothing like dogs and pigs, and I'm just fully committed. Oh, one last thing. I heard that Stable Fund launched V2 without refunding anybody. So if anybody knows any information about that, please let me know down below, because for me, that's sketchy as hell. If you're launching a brand new project without refunding your initial investors because you robbed them from their money, then that's sketchy as hell for me. That means they're never going to pay you guys back, and I hope I'm wrong about that. Alright guys, so that's the end of today's video. I hope you got something out of it. If you did, make sure to like the video, comment down below with your wallet address because I am doing weekly airdrops, and subscribe to the channel because I would love to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year. Thank you guys so much. Have yourself a great Monday, and I'll see you guys on the next one.